If I tell you, a pack of wild dogs killed 9 lions in 60 days, and countless lions were killed and eaten, becoming literal stone lions, would you believe it? I know this will challenge many people's beliefs, but in Africa there was such a true event. Led by the wild dog queen Nyanga and her abyss family, after tasting lion meat, they became addicted, to the point where they no longer hunted herbivores and specialized in killing lions for survival, causing severe ecological imbalance in the entire protected area. So how terrifying was this family? And how extraordinary was Queen Nyanga's intelligence? Hello everyone, I am the Director of Exploration. The show is about to begin. The relationship between lions and wild dogs is like a power struggle dance over territory. A dance of conflict. Bloody conflicts triggered by hunting prey, carefully planned ambushes and fierce battles are common sights on the African savanna. Each species strives their best to develop strategies and adaptabilities to surpass others. Between fear and respect, maintains that fragile and delicate balance. All along, people generally believed lions were stronger. A wild dog family might be able to defeat a solitary lion, but could never compete with a lion pride. Thus they were barely called Africa's second brother. However, this perception was completely shattered in 1996. In this world full of conflicts and competition, a magical and shocking story slowly unfolds. A pack of wild dogs not only defeated a pride of lions, but even devoured them completely. This hunting dog clan, known as the Abyss tribe, thus became a legend on the African savanna. The central figure of this legendary story is Nyanga, in ancient African dialects. One meaning is the enforcer. Nyanga was a fierce female wild dog. Under her leadership, the Abyss tribe was forged into a fearsome and highly respected powerful force. Under her guidance, the Abyss family of wild dogs developed a series of tactics and strategies that defied wilderness conventions. To deeply understand the significance of this amazing feat, comparing lions and wild dogs, these two species, is crucial. Male lions typically weigh between 150 to 250 kilograms, possess powerful muscles, sharp and retractable claws, and canine teeth up to 6 centimeters long. Their majestic brown mane is not just a symbol of authority, but also serves as a solid shield during battle. On the other hand, wild dogs can weigh up to 70 kilograms. But their jaws are extremely powerful, capable of generating up to 1,150 pounds of bite force, enough to crush hard copper bones. Their teeth structure is unique, suitable for tearing and biting. This allows them to eat almost all bones. With this unique ability, to some extent, they eliminate the need to hunt every time they are hungry, because they can freely feed on decaying animal carcasses. In 1992, Botswana established its first environmental protection area. This was a reserve specifically created for rhinoceros. With the flourishing of international customized tourism, the government keenly realized, on these vast lands, they could develop a highly promising and profitable market. Therefore, to protect certain rare animals, establishing protection areas became imperative by allowing tourists to hunt again and pay guide fees. It not only created more income for locals, but also effectively controlled other animal populations. Then in 1996, the first lion protection project officially launched. However, for these majestic felines, a potential danger was quietly emerging from the shadows. His name was Nyanga was no ordinary hunting dog. From an early age, he showed extraordinary intelligence, and compared to his peers, a more robust physical build. Under his excellent leadership, the Abyss clan constantly innovated hunting and defense techniques, making full use of group cooperation and vocal communication to execute precise ambushes. They not only survived the lions' fierce attacks successfully, but began actively hunting their opponents. This was considered in wildlife history an unprecedented amazing feat. Because of this, under Nyanga's outstanding leadership, the tribe became one of the most powerful forces on the local savanna. They were no longer satisfied with just being opportunists, but transformed themselves into fearsome predators of lions. This seemed like a fantasy to everyone. Every attack, every victory, not only successfully fed the pack, but spread fear across the entire savanna. Especially among the professional staff in the reserve, they witnessed in horror as the wildlife world underwent this unexpected transformation. Nyanga and his outstanding leadership made the Abyss pack a living legend, powerfully proving that in nature, what seems impossible can become reality. Shortly after the reserve was established, the staff quickly witnessed a rare and shocking scene. The Abyss pack's queen Nyanga was about to face her first fierce confrontation with a lion. In the distance, a young nomadic lion, separated from its original pride, was searching for food. Young and inexperienced, it became Nyanga's potential prey that could not be ignored. Yang, with strategic precision and cunning wisdom, led her pack to quickly take action. They surrounded the lion and took their positions, waiting for the best moment to attack. Wild dogs are extremely meticulous hunters. Usually, one dog will bite the prey's nose, while others attack from behind, trying to exhaust their prey. But while this strategy works on many animals, it is difficult to defeat an adult lion. However, the pack came up with an extremely innovative tactic. They launched a sneak attack from behind, fiercely biting the lion's hind leg. The wild dog's powerful jaws can generate tremendous force, enough to sever tendons and break bones. The lion roared in agony, and soon could not stand. This seemingly simple strategy had devastating effects. The male lion's hind legs lost mobility, unable to defend itself or escape. becoming instantly vulnerable. Nyanga and his siblings saw this and rushed in together, successfully winning their first victory against a lion. As the drought intensified, the natural prey became scarce. These predators were forced to change their strategy. Soon, Nyanga and his pack encountered a pride of lions. After tasting lion meat, they decided to target lion cubs as a direct solution to their hunger. These cubs were defenseless and extremely vulnerable. When separated from the group, they became easy targets. But with at least one adult lioness always nearby, attacking lion cubs became exceptionally difficult. However, Nyanga employed a new strategy. The attacking dogs constantly communicated, using screams and various sounds to convey commands and coordinate their actions. This excellent communication ability gave them a strategic advantage over many predators. In the chaotic battle, an adult lioness tried desperately to protect her cubs, but Nyanga, with surgical precision, repeatedly biting his hind legs until the tendons snap and bones break, the lioness falls in defeat. The Abyss Pack celebrates their victory by devouring this lioness. As the queen of hunting dogs, Nyanga is always the first to feast on the hunted lions, and she has a unique ritual. She consumes the best muscles, including the heart. Perhaps Nyanga understands that absorbing the lion's essence symbolizes her pack's dominance and unmatched ferocity. As their success grew, the Abyss Pack developed a strong taste for lion meat. Ignoring conventional prey, they began hunting nomadic lions at an alarming rate, pursuing them relentlessly. During one of their hunts, Nyanga, who was noticeably larger than average hunting dogs, led from the front, fearlessly. Her body was covered in scars from previous battles. One of her eyes was unfortunately injured, testament to her fierce encounters with lions. Upon realizing that lions were more vulnerable at night, the pack began hunting under the cover of darkness. After all, at night, lionesses leave their unprotected cubs to hunt, while male lions patrol their territory alone. This way, they could exploit this gap to hunt lion cubs. As the pack leader, Nyanga not only leads the charge in battle, they take the lead when scouting. During attacks, female hunting dogs can devour cubs, and even attack adult lions alone. This shows their cunning. Their brutality rivals that of Japanese invaders. In Nyanga's pack strategy, the first attacking group, unlike most hunting dogs, don't go straight for the genitals or anus. Instead, they must first brutally break the feline's hind legs and wound them. Why do they do this? Some experts analyze it this way. Compared to genitals and anus, hind legs are easier targets. If the first target was genitals or anus, the success rate would greatly decrease. During this time gap, they might get killed by the lion's counterattack. Lions have two hind legs which are larger and more visible. When attacking together, the probability of a successful bite is much higher, even though it is not as lethal as biting genitals or anus. But it will at least paralyze the lion. Therefore, for a well-coordinated group, attacking the hind legs first is undoubtedly a better choice. Soon after, this series of lion killings started to worry the reserve staff deeply. After all, the reserve was established to protect lions. In just 60 days, 9 adult lions, both male and female, were found to have been devoured by hunting dogs. The impact on animal population balance is evident and shocking. Without a doubt, these hunting dogs' actions were too swift and decisive. The basic principle of wildlife protection is not to interfere with natural interactions, but the situation is getting out of control. If the hunting dogs continue to hunt lions at this rate, the savanna's ecological structure will face serious crisis. At this point, environmentalists face a dilemma. Intervention could save the lions, but might disrupt the natural order, no matter how abnormal that order may be. However, if the Abyss family continues to exist, it might lead to reversible imbalance. The Abyss family, led by Nyanga, has become a symbol of adaptability and ferocity and brutality. Their night attacks, a new strategy of biting lions' hind legs, were unexpected, redefining predator intelligence. As feared by reserve officials, the situation continued to worsen. In the following days, 4 more lions were hunted by the Abyss family, 3 of which were adult lions. The destructive impact on wildlife balance prompted conservationists to decide that measures must be taken to curb this threat. After lengthy discussions and analysis, they made a difficult decision. Nyanga and the entire Abyss family would be isolated for 8 months. During this period, they would only have access to natural prey, trying to help them return to normal, breaking the cycle of lion hunting. The capture operation was meticulous. Nyanga and his companions were relocated to a remote corner of the reserve, far from any lion territory. There they gradually began hunting wildebeest again, natural prey like zebras and antelopes. During these 8 months, Nyanga and his pack adapted to the new environment, using the same ferocity and wisdom they used against lions to hunt natural prey, but they remained under close surveillance by conservationists. And whenever any wandering lions approached, they were tranquilized and removed from the area. After the recovery period, the conservationists made another important decision to split up the Abyss family and reintegrate its members into different areas of the reserve, where other wild dog packs already existed, hoping that by merging with other groups, they could reintegrate into the natural dynamics of the savanna. However, Nyanga was not completely separated from his companions. He and 4 other wild dogs from the Abyss family, together, were taken to a more southern area of the reserve. This area borders another environmental zone, hoping he and his companions would cross the boundary to other reserves. In the following months, Nyanga and his companions adapted to their new territory. They hunted natural prey and avoided known lion habitats. The conservationists remained highly vigilant, watching for any signs of returning to their previous predatory behavior. The severity of human intervention and these unusual measures seemed to work. During this period, there were no more incidents of lions being killed by hunting dogs, and environmentalists began to believe that Nyanga and his clan had finally adapted to life without lion meat. But we all know nature is always unpredictable. The surprises it had prepared were not over. As expected, the fierce predator Nyanga seemed to adapt well to his new life. He and his companions crossed the boundary to their new home. After that, there were no more records of lion meat consumption. Similarly, the other members of the Abyss clan, who separated from Nyanga, had no more incidents involving lions. Of course, some experts believe this is only temporary. It is just a matter of time before the cycle repeats. Perhaps one day, when people gradually forget about this incident. While Nyanga leads his team hunting, they might discover a lone cub. His ancient instincts will awaken. The remaining forces of the Abyss clan will surround their prey, returning to their old ways, or perhaps even without Nyanga. His descendants still carry the predator blood, and their killer genes might be awakened unexpectedly, then instinctively rush towards lions, recreating their ancestors' glory.